Hello， 大家好，欢迎回到币圈菜篮，我是燕。我们频道呢专门做加密货币、区块链相关的影片，所以如果这是你有兴趣的主题，你有兴趣的影片类型，那还请动动手指把订阅给它按下去，才不会错过我们最新的影片哦。那今天这期节目比较特别哦，是我们币圈菜篮第一次出外景录访谈节目哦。那我们第一集呢就请到了一位重量级的行业大佬来跟我们聊一聊，他就是现在市面上数一数二的加密货币中心化交易所 Bitget 的营运长Vugar Usi Zade。 那在这个访谈当中啊，我们就跟他一起聊了他当初是怎么从 Web2 的公司转到这个 Web3 的公司的经历。那也让他分析了一下他对于目前市场的看法。那在最后呢，我们也请他分享一些 Web3 的求职建议。那废话不多说，我们就开始吧。
As I'm aware, you also didn't go straight right into Web3, right? Actually, you graduated and entered big corporates and Web2 companies.
Definitely. Honestly, like I'm old enough that I'm older than crypto, you know? Like I couldn't just go to crypto.
True.
And for everyone else watching, you guys are lucky. If you are someone young listening, go do it. Imagine if I could buy, you know, the Bitcoin when it was less than $1. And I think for everyone watching if you are 20 years old, 18 years old, 19 years old, you're just thinking what to do with your life, go do Web3. That's the best advice I can give today. But for me, yes, I went to two corporations because that was a cool thing back in time. And before all this AI Web3 talk, digital advertising and social media was a thing because I'm that old. I'm old enough, you know, I saw Facebook before it had ads. And that's where I made my first fortune, my first money. I built an ad tech company where we were working on building advertising solutions for the different media giants from Facebook to Twitter to LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok ads. All of this I saw in front of my eyes how from an idea became a big thing and it's a big thing today. And that's how I made my money. And when I could take that money out, and I was like a 20-something-year-old, I wanted to buy a car and a house, you know, like with all big dreams. And that's how I ended up in crypto because I was like, wow, it's not like a bank holding my money.
So that's how you got into the crypto world.
Exactly. That's how I came from Web2 to Web3. I got bridged.
Then what was your first impression seeing, you know, probably other crypto, and maybe when did you buy your first Bitcoin?
It was back in 2017, and I didn't buy to invest. I needed to move money. I needed to take my money from one country to go to another country to buy a property, and banks was giving me a hard time. The commission was high, a lot of paperwork, and then my friends told me that, oh, actually there's something called Bitcoin. You can buy, like you give your money, buy it here, then we give Bitcoin someone else to another country, and he will give us the cash. It was risky, but it was worth it. I was like, okay, let me try it. And we tried it and it worked. And for me, it was a miracle, you know. Immediately, like we put the money here. After several hours, my parents took the cash in another country. Fast, cheap. I was like, wow, this is, you know, this is the next big thing. And actually, it was the next big thing. And since then, I was in the industry. But it took me another 4 years, like until 2021, like actually like buy, hold, investment strategy, like get full in. Like from 2017 to 2021, for me, crypto was just like how to move money between countries. But from 2021 or 2020 onwards, it was like I was actually buying and holding crypto.
There are a lot of people who's watching this video who might just, you know, learn about Bitcoin or might just learn about crypto and still hesitating about investing in Bitcoin. And all I can say really is there's no better time than now to buy some crypto. Really, you know, because the best time was in the past. Now the second best is right now. Let's talk about Bitget. For those new to crypto, exchanges can sound pretty mysterious, or you know, a lot of people don't know what does a centralized crypto exchange actually do. Can you maybe simply explain it to our audience?
I look at the exchange as a shopping mall, right? When you go to the shopping mall, you want to buy something, and there are countless shops selling the similar offering or different other products. Similarly, exchange is a meeting point of an investor or a trader and a project or token offering. every project, today we have more than 600 projects listed. It means we have around 600 shops that you can invest or buy your tokens. Then you can decide to hold it or sell it to a better price. And what makes us different than a shopping mall, because shopping malls are usually designed for you to buy and take product home and leave your money there. As an exchange, every time you buy and sell something, you become a shop yourself. And that is the mystery and beauty. And if you are able always to find something so good that you can buy cheap and sell expensive, you can take profits on.
And it's 24/7.
It never sleeps.
Before we wrap up this first part of this interview, one of the biggest concerns I think a lot of retail investors would have is about security, especially after some of the largest exchange in the world like FTX went bankrupt. A lot of people would question like how does an exchange protect user now?
I think Bitget is the best place to be at because we never had any serious security breach or hack incidents since our launch back in 2018. And I always say not because like we are lucky people, definitely we are, but we have so many protocols in place that makes us one of the most secure companies. And I'll give you an example. If you go to your job and open your laptop, if someone hacks your machine, you are hacked. At Bitget, we work on virtual machines. Basically, every time I open my laptop, there are other 5 virtual machines that is randomly assigned in different parts of the world that I use. And for every transaction, we need multi-signature. In average, 5 to 6 people has to approve the single transaction. Meaning it is 25 machines need to be hacked in order to be able to tamper with our processes, which is virtually impossible. Making us the strongest place to be at. But in case, if something goes wrong, I hope it never does, but we have a fund, second largest protection fund in the world, mainly consists of Bitcoin. We promise to keep the fund at $400 million rate, despite what is the price of Bitcoin, but today it's around $720 million. If something goes wrong, we're able to take the money, refund our customers, make sure no one suffers. In the beginning of the year, our colleagues from Bybit unfortunately were victim of a hack of a $1.5 billion, largest hack in the industry.
Yeah.
And actually, we were the one of the first to jump in and lend them 40,000 Ethereums.
Yeah.
Our colleagues from Binance and Galaxy did the same, and others jumped in to help, showing that first, since FTX industry matured, second, protection fund is very, very important. And third, when we come together, there is no problem we can overcome. And I'm very happy that our friends from Bybit could overcome this challenge, and they're still staying strong and they keep building. And I think that is serving as a great precedent that since FTX, a lot of things changed in our industry for the better. And today, crypto is actually much more safer than traditional banks because we saw Credit Suisse went down, we saw Silicon Valley Bank went down, and what happened? Government just asked another bank to buy them. While in crypto, we saw how customers come first.
Let's take a break now, and we'll come back with another interview to talk about the current crypto market. Vugar, can you tell me about what's the most exciting moment in the current crypto market?
I believe we all were like waiting for the bear market for so long that it's finally here, and I'm very excited that it's here. But this bear market is so different than any other bear market we saw because previously Bitcoin will rally, then people will take profits, go to altcoins, but this time we see difference because institutional money is here. People are very greedy. Everyone is buying and holding Bitcoin. We see a very small spillover from Bitcoin to Ethereum. But I'm very excited that we finally saw Ethereum doing a little bit movement up there. Everyone was waiting for it. I'm very excited about where we are at. And in my opinion, what makes this market very exciting is that the whole idea of Satoshi's Bitcoin was to cut the middleman to peer-to-peer. And the exact middleman he wanted to cut, very excited that they are here, right? Very excited that institutions, BlackRock's coming in, banks are in here, governments like US talking about crypto, like everyone is talking about crypto. And I think this is the actual time where we will see the mass adoption, and we are actually seeing the mass adoption with stable tokens coming in place. But I'm very excited to see how Bitcoin became a true digital gold, and everyone who always thought that it's a bubble, it's a scam, now suddenly became a true believers, from the JP Morgans to, I don't know, housewives in some corners of the world. Everyone knows what Bitcoin is, and that's, I think, the first biggest step towards mass adoption.
Well, as someone who work in the industry of Web3 and crypto, you've seen a lot of founders of Web3 projects, and I believe you have a lot of idea, and a lot of opinions about that. Is there anything, in your opinion, that is a little bit overhyped at the moment?
Honestly, I think hype is the crypto native language, because everything is about hype and community. You need to excite people. Yeah. Because I mentioned you, right? In whatever works in Web 2 works in reverse. And in Web 3, if people are not excited about your project and your idea, they will not invest their own money. People vote with their money. I always say, look at every investor as a voter. You have to win that vote, and people vote with their money. And therefore, you have to build that hype. You have to build that excitement. But harder than building a hype is keeping hype going. And that's where we see more and more ventures failing, because they're not able to sustain the hype. Yes, you're cool for 10 days, but day 11, the hype goes down, so goes down your token. And sometimes so many founders believe in their ideas, they want to do it forever, but when the price goes down, when people pull out their investment, it is a sign that, brother, it doesn't work. Go do something else. And I think
free market.
It's free market, and it's very fast market. And it's so good that so many founders in a very early stage, they understand that this certain project is not worth spending your next 10 years.
Yeah.
While in Web 2, you will be working 10 years and you could never make money because you are just a believer. And I think we need to understand how market works, and sometimes it's really good that price goes down and you understand what works and what doesn't in a very fast way.
Yeah. And what about the other way? What other underrated project you think that's going to explode in the future?
Because we told market runs with a hype, like NFTs, right? The beautiful technology came and died so fast. It really hurts my heart till today, because it could have done so many great things. It's there. Another thing that I believe, again, overly hyped, overly rated was AI. Because 99% of all AIs is kind of a ChatGPT wraps that doesn't do much. And in my opinion, what is today underrated is actually the infrastructure. People who are building solutions, we don't want to see them, because building tech takes so much time, so much resources, so many people you need to put in place that you can't build a cool infrastructure in 8 months, in 10 months. And investor, unfortunately, they have no patience. They want results now and today. They want to put, money today and become rich tomorrow, that you can't do with tech. And so many cool technologies with zero knowledge, a lot of EVM compatibility, a lot of infrastructure project, a lot of layer zeros, layer ones that we still need. They can't break even, or they can't even break through, because it takes too long to build a tech and people are not people are not patient. And that's why we saw such a huge jump on meme tokens with 2-3 week return cycles, while in infrastructure you need 2-3 years to build an infrastructure. Yeah. And where are you going to find someone to wait that long?
Yeah, I also think that overall the crypto market needs to have a little bit more patience in the good projects.
It's easier said than done, because crypto runs on cycles, right?
Yeah.
And as an investor, you think that, okay, I'm putting my $100. I want to be able to exit before this bull run ends, because market goes up and down. I want a quick in, quick out. Because you know that if you don't do this within this 2-year cycle, then you need a 6-year cycle, right? 2 years bull run, 2 years bear, and another 2 years.
Yeah.
Would you rather that's how people don't have patience, because almost even large institutions, you see that they want to have a quick in and out within the same cycle, and that hurts market. Yes, we definitely need, especially we need from the institutions to stick around longer, to invest and have a patience longer in order to be able to build cool projects that will have a longer run than anything else.
Perfect. And can you talk a little bit about the future plan of Bitget, maybe in 1 year, 3 years times?
The biggest thing for us today is PayFi, because with Bitget Pay, we want to revolutionize and build the payment systems on chain. Because we have done successful tests with our cards on Visa and MasterCard, both with Bitget and Bitget Wallet. We see that there's a huge opportunity and appetite for people to spend their money. Now we want to enable all the merchants globally and all the crypto users to do seamless transactions and to pay for everything you buy, whether it's physical or online, through crypto. Because every time you tap your card, you use your Apple Pay, the issuer takes around 1.2 to 3% service fee, and merchant waits another 20 days or 60 days to receive that payment. While for large corporations like an Amazon, it might not mean much, but for a small merchant, a coffee shop owner, a single mother, a grocery shop, this is a very huge missed opportunity. It's a cash flow issue. We want to solve the issue of these merchants, of these people who crypto can change their lives.
Yeah.
Faster, easier payments, transparent payments can change lives, and we want to become this next big thing. I can tell it like a Visa, MasterCard, plus a Stripe, plus payment gateway, plus card processor, plus your bank, and plus even Swift that you can do cross-border transaction. We want to reimagine crypto payments as this hybrid of all-in-one solution, where by scanning a QR code or by tapping something, you can do seamless transaction no matter where you are, what kind of asset you hold, on that days, on that instant rate. And because markets are 24/7, because on-chain transactions are so fast, we can do that. Banks can't do that. Traditional finance can't do that. We are able to do that, and that's what we are working on. Bitget Pay, in my opinion, is the next big thing.
I know some of the audience who might be thinking about getting into Web3 industry, and you have experience both in Web2 and now in Web3. So I think you are the perfect one to ask these following questions. So many young people are curious about working in Web3, but they don't know where to start. So what skills or mindsets do you think that they need to have to survive in this world?
I tell everyone, like 90% of your skills are transferable. Basically, if you're a marketeer, it doesn't matter if you market, a soft drink or crypto project. If you are an accountant, it doesn't matter you do accounting for a crypto company or a real estate company. If you're an HR, it doesn't matter what kind of talent you are looking for. 90% of your skills are same. You can apply the same skill everywhere. Only 10% of the skills are changing, and you can easily self-teach, because with crypto, with Web3, so many resources online, you don't even have to pay for it. And good news is that you don't have much of a formal education because institutions are too slow. You probably no one in Web3 industry have a master's degree in Web3 something, right? It is still building. We partner with 70 universities globally to bring Web3 education to these big institutions, meaning that everyone in this industry is learning in the process. Therefore, be confident, come along, and there's so many opportunities out there. And what I love about Web3 is that first, independence, you can get paid in crypto, which means it's easier to reinvest what you earn. Second, most of the crypto companies are super open-minded. It's work from home or work from anywhere. And lastly, once you get in crypto, you get such a great community that you can never be shy of asking. If you go today, like I went to right after the university for Carlsberg, one of the largest companies in the world, and I was shy. I was like, okay, I can't ask how to do things because they expect me to know. And if I ask this question, I will look stupid. But in crypto, there's no stupid question. And if you don't know something, there will be someone who will help you. If you are literally don't know where to start, find your first Web3 job, whether it's part-time or full-time, and give it a try. I'm sure you will definitely enjoy it. And I wish I could come to crypto and start when I was 19, 18, and not when I was 20 something.
Well, the last but not least, what do you have to say to those who are still hesitating about investing in crypto, Bitcoin?
First and foremost, start small. Don't go all in. Because I always say, crypto, you have a risk to lose everything. And it's not only crypto, all investments, you have to understand the risk. If you win big, it's amazing. If you lose, it's your learning money. It's a tuition fee. Therefore, put in the tuition fee that you're comfortable with playing around. For beginners, I would say $500, $200, but at crypto, you can start as small as $5, $10.
Yeah.
Once you put in, don't go all in once, try to do everything at once. Even the most professional traders don't trade everything every day, everywhere. Focus on one big thing, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's top 10. Dollar cost average, and not only when buying, but also selling. Dollar cost average will help you to capture the best average price of the market. And while everyone advises people to buy dollar cost average, I always say, when you sell also dollar cost average, that you can capture the best of the market, an average of the market, and have peace of mind.
Well, Vugar, thank you so much for joining our interview today. It's such a pleasure to talk to you.
Thanks for having me, and go buy Bitcoin.
好，那以上呢就是我们这次聊内容，不知道大家喜不喜欢像我们这样比较深度的访谈哦。那币圈菜篮呢也是持续努力的开发新的节目内容，希望大家还喜欢。那也欢迎大家留言分享你对于这一期节目的看法。本节内容呢都不是投资建议哦，加密货币投资风险比较高，大家要谨慎评估自己的风险，自己做好功课再投资哦。那另外币圈菜篮有自己的 Line 社群啦，是免费的，那也主要是希望可以给我们的观众一个可以互动交流意见的地方，连结都在资讯栏底下，有兴趣呢再加入啦。好，最后币圈不怕新，菜篮也能行，各位投资朋友们，我们就下集影片再见啦，拜拜。